We'll see what happens in this third quarter of the grand final.
So, as Nick said, it is Barrow up against Goodwin. Barrow just runs under that one, and Eltham able to get the first clearance. Goodwin gets the handball out. It is going to be Rennie running onto this one, starting in the middle of the ground. His snap, Norman's going to fly at it, can't take the mark. McPherson at ground level, so is Tobin. He takes possession, can't keep it in, and just bundles over the boundary line. So first clearance goes Diamond Creek's way. They desperately need the first score of this second half to gain some ascendancy back and see if they can go into the last quarter with a bit of a lead.
Mitch Tobin's someone as well that can really break the game open. Had a terrific first half to the season and, of course, has the experience here at Preston City Oval, knows how to win them on the big stage. Maybe he can have an impact too at stoppages as well. Meanwhile, Barrow getting the tap forward. There's Booth coming through beautifully. No, not going to get there. It would have been a dream start for the Creekers. But they moved to 1-5-11. Eltham a 5-9-39, just 1 minute into the third quarter. That would have been huge if Booth had been able to find the big six there.
Well, they can't let it happen like they did in the first quarter, where they get a lot of ascendancy and get the ball inside their forward 50, but just can't get those goals on the board. Eltham moving this one out of defence, going to go across goals lane. Sinclair takes the one-handed grab unopposed on the outer side. Going to go with the long kick up to Goodwin. Takes that mark on the lead. And we'll go with a short kick in the direction of Minahan. That one's chopped off, but the handball from Diamond Creek is chopped off as well. So Donaldson will send it inside forward 50 for the Panthers. Searle's able to get a fist to it. And there is going to be a ball up. A metre inside the forward 50 for the Panthers. So trying to take a bit of momentum from the end of that first half into this second, as Maley takes that one out of the ruck contest and kick is smothered. Handball over the top. It eventually is going to be a snap on goal for Eltham. Can't hit the target, but there is a one-on-one contest at ground level. Goes one way, goes the other. Snaps towards goal, just out to the right-hand side, but Maley's marked it again. Just read it better than anyone. It was McCormick with the snap around the body, I believe, and Maley just read it beautifully and will have a shot for his fourth of the afternoon.
Well, McCormick did a lot of the work as well there to duck and weave his way out, and as you can see on the replay there, did really well to find some space. The kick didn't go his way, but as you said, Jared, it was Maley who just read the flight of that ball best, and he's looking for his fourth goal in the early stages of this third term. Comes in and he has just got it. Diamond Creek defenders were looking for a hit the post, but not to be. Maley has a fourth. Eltham have a sixth consecutive goal, and they move to 6-9-45. Diamond Creek are 1-5-11. Zach, that is probably the worst possible start if you're a Creekers fan.
100%. That's definitely not the start you wanted inside 3 minutes. For the only score to be Eltham getting the first goal of the game. Leads out to 35 points. It just comes back to that midfield. You know, they've got players everywhere. McPherson, Booth, who can go in there. You got Rennie, who can be really tough. Exactly. Yeah. So they've got to really step up here, gain ascendancy. They've got the win this quarter as well. They can't let Eltham continue to get on top.
Goodwin got the handball away to Donaldson. Another clearance for Eltham. They go inside 50. Doesn't bounce well for Bongetti. Picking it up though at the Panthers. They got numbers everywhere. Montanaro is looking for the handball. Didn't quite get to him. Spills out into space. McCormick can run onto this one. Just loses the football. Diamond Creek players paddle around now. And the umpire will call for a ball up inside 50 for Eltham. They are looking strong at the moment. They just continue to pole the pressure on the Creekers inside their own defensive 50. Maley's tap this time going to the Creekers, although it spills out for Donaldson. There's going to be a high free kick going to Diamond Creek away from the football. And they will receive it in the back 50.
And it will be Rennie taking this free kick. It's the handball to Bedford, who goes out wide and finds a target in the defensive pocket. Now going to go back in the middle of the ground to Norman's. Going to take the sliding mark. Does very well to get low. And has it at centre half back for the Creekers. The kick over the top does find Maloney. He fakes to go one way, then the other. Eventually does play on and gets the kick over to Rennie, who goes out to the outer wing where Noble is there. He'll send it forward in the Barnes direction, but spoiled well over the boundary line by Snell. who had an early injury scare but has come back on and playing a solid role in defence for the Panthers. Forces the ball over the boundary line, out of side, here at Preston City Oval. As we've said so many times today, it's a beautiful day for footy, and especially for a grand final. The sun-bathed Preston City Oval. Goodwin gets the tap down. Almost taken out of that contest, but tackle laid by McPherson, does very well. Barnes going in hard and low to take that one. He's wrestling with his teammate to take possession of that ball. Barnes and McPherson both had it, but eventually is called for a ball up, 65 metres out from the Diamond Creek goal.
Ball up then. Almost grabbing it out was Norman. Goodwin at the bottom of the pack. Umpire hovering, and we'll call for it again. So 34 points the margin at the moment in favour of Eltham. 6 consecutive, and had kicked the all-important first goal of this third term. Valance, can he get to the front of this? The boundary line will beat him. The ball will go out of bounds, and I don't think the Kriegers will be too keen on many stoppages here. They need to find some goals if they are to get back in this match. They have not kicked one since the 26-minute mark of the first term. It's been a while, and it's unlike what we've seen from Diamond Creek in 2023, particularly in the home and away campaign. Is that a chance now for McPherson with a handball away? Just nowhere to go at the moment, though, for Diamond Creek. They have to force that ball out of bounds. We're going to have a boundary throw-in. McPherson rocking the tape on the head now after that little hit earlier in the second term, but he'll be looking to jet the ball just as much.
Yeah, he definitely will be. It was a courageous flight with the going back with the flight of the footy, and has copped a bit of a knock there. So got the tape around the head as Goodwin gets the tap down from that contest and just finds the boundary line once again. So we are on the outer side. 7 minutes played, third quarter here at Preston City Oval in the 2023 MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final between Eltham and Diamond Creek. They've been the two best sides in this competition all year and putting on a show at Grand Final day. So high free kick coming out of that contest has gone to Jackson Weatherald. So he'll just settle things down for Eltham and send the ball. He was looking up the ground, but just going to go laterally and going to go back inside defensive 50 to Merkel, who's going to complete that switch over to Sinclair. Still inside defensive 50 for the Panthers, but very deliberate with their ball movement thus far. Flying at the back, and a big mark almost taken there by Diamond Creek by Walker. Marshall comes down with it, gets a handball over the top. Booth's going to get there, but he's second to the ball. Tackles his opponent in, I believe, Snell. And it will be a ball up inside 50 for the Creekers.
See where the forward pressure comes here for Diamond Creek. They're going to need to keep it inside this area of the ground if they want to be a chance to come back in this game. Barnes is pushed out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. About 48-49 out from goal. Diamond Creek goal on the right of your radio dial, the right of your screen. And it's the Creekers that need to get things moving. They have lost all ascendancy in this match at the moment. Boundary throwing. Goodwin now up against Jai Norman. Beautiful day here at Preston City Oval. Ball goes over the back of both of them. Would be picked up by Woods. No, didn't end up picking it up. Just slapped it out of the ground, but it was able to get it away to Valance. His kick to space, centre wing out of sight. That's a chance for deliberate, and it is going to be paid. So Diamond Creek will win the ball backs. Centre wing Kramer Street, Hotel End. It's going to be MP who gets it back into the field of play. So what can Diamond Creek muster here? It's going to be Bedford, almost true centre half back. He's going to go look towards the near side. Barrow just didn't read the flight of that football well. Furlong, though, had no one to hand it off to. Barnes did well to try and get that away. Now getting in hard, he's Robbie Noble. And then trying to bustle his way through the tackle was the Kriegers midfielder. And we're going to have a ball up almost right in front of our commentary position. We're almost 10 minutes into the third term. It is Eltham that lead this one by 34 points. Barrow almost grabbing it out of a ruck, didn't control it. Owen tapping it to himself. Got the handball away. Donaldson picks it up, got the handball beautifully now to Avramov to Horsfield. He's one back to Avramov, not a great handball. The ball will be thrown back into play on the near side. Zach, it's been a bit of a similar start to the opening term of this game, but that's going to suit Eltham more than Diamond Creek.
100%, and that's probably the biggest problem for the Creekers is it's almost a deja vu type thing, and I think the frustration's going to start creeping in. Where can they get, the momentum getting forward, get a goal on the board? They dominated that first quarter, the Creekers, just to get one goal, and ever since then they haven't been able to kick one since.
McPherson laid a tackle on the Horsefield, so another ball up. Barrow gets the tap down in the Barnes direction. Coming through well for Eltham was Minahan, and now it is eventually wrapped up inside the centre square. So you can already see a couple of tired bodies. It is a warm day here at Preston City Oval. As Goodwin gets the tap down out of that contest, set inside forward 50 for the Creekers by Noble. A big fly at the back from Norman. Can't take the mark. Woods is at ground level to mop up, but he is dispossessed. Now a snap towards goal for Diamond Creek. Might have gone through. It has. There's the spark Diamond Creek have been looking for. And it is a second goal of the day for the Creekers, courtesy of Jacob Booth.
Well, if we flash back to the second semi-final, Diamond Creek needed someone to kickstart a resurgence and get him back into the game, and guess who it was? Jacob Booth with a clutch goal, and it just saw an onslaught of goals and a flurry of centre clearances that the Creekers were able to get on top of. Put Eltham under pressure. Could it be the same said here in the granny?
7th goal in 4 games against Eltham in 2023, Jacob Booth. Now again in the middle, it was Tobin that got the handball away. We cleared now by the Creekers. High ball inside 50, goes over the head of everyone at the pack. Booth lurking around. Marshall and Snell to fight it out. Marshall might win out as it bounces his way. Booth got to the front of the pack and he's tackled over the goal line for a behind. He's lurking around there, Jacob Booth. Didn't get a chance to get Boot to ball. They're 2-6-18 now, Diamond Creek. Eltham 6-9-45. It is a 22-point ball game. 12 minutes into the third term of the MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final. It's going to be cleared away now by the by Eltham. Merkel just goes direct outside defensive 50. Minahan with a nice little leap. Takes a really good grab. Where's the next option for him, though? Not too confident about where to go. Just sends it long and deep. Bonghetti's going to try and get there first. It won't even get to him. Nowhere near it in the end. Culligan was going to be a target. And the ball will go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So can Booth's goal, which ended a run of 6 straight for the Panthers, get the Kriegers back in this game?
They're hoping so. The minor premiers only lost the one game in that regular season and then lost the second semi-final to this Eltham side. So would be an unfortunate end to the season if Diamond Creek don't walk away. It would actually be an unfortunate end to both sides' season. I think it was 4 losses between them throughout the entire campaign, including that semi-final. So the two best sides going at it as the ball is moved down the ground for Eltham. We're in front of the Kramer's Hotel sign on that outer side. Searle goes in and under, can't take possession of that ball. Now a handball for Eltham. Donaldson running into goal, sends it out to the left-hand side, and another minor score for the Panthers. So they move to 6-10-46, leading Diamond Creek 2-6-18, 13 and a half minutes played, third term.
I wonder how Jesse Donaldson would be feeling against one of his older sides in Diamond Creek playing in a grand final against them. They're going to win the ball back there, Eltham, for Furlong, who finds Horsefield almost at true centre-half forward. He's got Donaldson short. That's who he uses. Still not inside forward 50. Donaldson. Where does he go with this kick? It's not a bad one inside 50. Will it get there? It does. And Culligan takes a nice grab and has a chance now to respond for the Panthers. It's just on Jesse Donaldson. His last grand final appearance was for Montmorency 10 years ago in that famous grand final, but he's looking to win one now with his Eltham side, who themselves haven't won one in 21 years. Culligan, meanwhile, coming back from his time in New South Wales, has been a great addition to this Eltham team. Can he kick a goal? It's going to go across the face. Maley tried to fly, but there's going to be a mark if it's not going to be given away. First off, it isn't. And it was Maley's unrealistic attempt that's going to see Diamond Creek regain the ball.
And it will be on the last line of defence. The kick towards Barrow just goes straight through his hands. So another chance for Eltham. Avramov gets the handball and now run down his Horsefield. So it's a loose ball. Tackled at the bottom of that pack is Diamond Creek player in Randall. He's in a bit of pain. And eventually the umpire does call, I believe, for a ball up. No, there might have even been a free kick paid.
Yeah, let's see that one again. I'm not sure what that could have been
it has been a free kick. So Eltham will have a shot on goal. Doesn't like his chances from this distance. So just going to send a long one to the top of the goal square. Oof. Culligan flying at that one. Bonghetti's at ground level. Marshall does well to clear it, but can only find the boundary line. So that one's out of bounds, and another throw in inside Eltham's forward 50.
We'll get to Tim McDougall down on ground level shortly, just after this boundary throw-in comes into play. Just get an update on the two benches. There's plenty of rotations made between both sides, as you would expect on a pretty warm afternoon at Preston City Oval. The Panthers one player down, the injury to Wichinga. In the meantime, it's cleared away by Diamond Creek, and it's almost worked all the way to their forward half. Walker laying a big bump. Going in hard was Barnes. Now Eltham with the numbers. Weatherall diving on top of it. McPherson got the handball away. Opportunity now presents itself here for Andrew White, who just hesitated a little bit. Chips it inside to find McPherson, who was able to run inside 50. And we'll have a shot on goal. In the meantime, Tim McDougall, how are things working at boundary level for both teams?
Well, Minahan's just coming back onto the field for Eltham after a bit of a rest. It's a bit of a lull for both teams. You feel as if Eltham, just one more goal would just about get them over the line. But now with Diamond Creek lining up for a shot, this might give them the spark and momentum they need. I got to say, they have been pretty quiet here on the Diamond Creek bench, so this goal may get them up and about.
McPherson just inside 50, runs past his line, and he has missed that one well wide. Out of bounds on the full. Another opportunity missed for the minor premiers. They remain 2-6-18. Eltham 6-10-46. We're 17 minutes into the third quarter of the MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final, courtesy of Sportscast Australia, live on the NFL Facebook page and listening on your local station 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. As it's going to be cleared away, but not for long. Diamond Creek to rebound very quickly. They take the mark just outside attacking 50. Not many options presenting for him. Looks to centre it towards a hot spot. Will it get to Walker? Eltham plays everywhere. Tobin didn't pick up the ball cleanly. Had the chance. Snell looking for Donaldson. Snell has to try again. This time, though, he's wrapped up. And we'll have a stoppage inside attacking 50 for Diamond Creek. Zach, they have to take their chances here.
They do, and this is a massive stoppage inside their own forward 50. It was 17 minutes gone into the quarter. Only the one goal, and they've got a lot of work to do still, the Creekers, to get back into this game.
Eltham getting first hands to that contest. Woods snaps it out of defence. It's going to be a 2-on-1, but boundary line beats all comers to that ball. So another throw in for right in front of our commentary position here.
And this would be so frustrating for the Creekers. Defended so well this quarter compared to the last, and just they're still getting nothing on the scoreboard. It's good and all to defend well, but now you got to finish off the job and start getting a score on the board, as that should be almost deliberate.
Yeah, Goodwin's gone the double-fisted punch out of that ruck contest and didn't really go to anyone in particular, so just taking another few seconds off the clock. We have played 18.5 minutes in this third quarter. It is a 28-point lead to Eltham. Barrow and Goodwin doing the ruck work as they have done for most of the afternoon. Two Team of the Year members of this Division 2 competition. Ball comes out. Bedford just paddles it in front of him. And Diamond Creek just looking to move the ball forward. Avramov ends up with it. His snap up the field. Can't find a target. Only the boundary line. And the umpires say he's done enough to try to keep that one in play. So no insufficient intent on that occasion. And ball will be thrown in right in front of the Eltham bench. True centre wing of Preston City Oval.
It's going to be Goodwin and Norman, and is that an incident? Donaldson had gone down earlier. I think the ball's going still to Diamond Creek. They wanted to get things moving. Norman's going to win the ruck infringement free kick. I have noticed, and you remember Zach in the second semi-final, I reckon Barrow did 95% of the ruck work for Diamond Creek. It's been Norman that's had to come up and do a lot of that role today. We'll be very curious as to how that's come about. In the meantime, the ball inside 50 is going to be intercepted by a Team of the Year defender in Declan Ayres. Very strong grab. Outstanding year it has been for young Declan Ayres. Just his second season of senior football, and he's been in the side's best for 5 consecutive games, thoroughly earning his chance here. Eltham have it in the back pocket. Down the line they go. Floating ball might work for Goodwin. Went past his hands. Wood, Minahan, tackled by Lewis. Over the boundary line. A few words exchanged. And we'll have a boundary throw-in. It is right in front. Couldn't get more direct of our commentary position. Again, Norman to do the ruck work this time with Tom Goodwin. On the corner of the centre square is where they'll start their approach. Boundary throw-in comes in. Norman getting the tap. Bouncing it off his chest there was Barnes. Walker can't get through to Goodwin tackle. We're going to have another stoppage. So, again, this is all working well for Eltham. Diamond Creek here are the ones that need to score. Just 2 majors in this game. Eltham have done really well to quell any advantage they might have with the win. Goodwin's tap looked for Horsfield. It's going to be wrapped up again by Goodwin, who's again continuing to have a really strong influence in the ruck, I feel. Obviously, Maley's hit the 4 goals, but Goodwin, very impressive in his own right. He gets a tap again. Rennie, Montanaro coming over the top. And that ball is just not going anywhere at the moment. We'll have another stoppage.
It certainly is. As you said, on Tom Goodwin, we see rucks get a lot of best on ground performances in grand final. We saw Matty Dennis do it a couple of times over the years. We saw Josh Leather do it last week in the Division 3 grand final, and Goodwin could be on the charge as Barnes sends Diamond Creek inside forward 50. McPherson flies at it, gets hands to it and brings it to ground, but can't mop up. It's going to find its way to Sinclair, who'll get a handball out. Now a quick snap for defence comes to Marshall. And back inside forward 50 for the Creekers, but standing on his own. Snell goes to play on, but very lucky. Gets the 50-metre penalty as he went to play on, and his kick was smothered by Ryan Pingree.
Let's have a look at the replay here, because obviously didn't come off his line yet, so fair call. 50-metre penalty it is.
Yeah, he hadn't technically played on. He was just taking his kick, and Pingree just came through and affected the smother. So going forward, a big fly over the back for Diamond Creek by Keating. He's going to go inboard and find Booth, grabbing maybe his leg, maybe a little bit of a cramp in these conditions, but will send Diamond Creek inside forward 50. The most recent goal kicker in this match. A big fly for the Creekers, brings it to ground. Walker's there, he's wrapped up. And another stoppage inside forward 50 for Diamond Creek. They just desperately need something. A 28-point margin, 22.5 minutes gone. Third quarter, you'd think they at least need to be in front at 3/4 time if there any chance of taking home this premiership, as the ball out of defence. Clean bowls a couple of players, eventually lands in the hands of Randall. The kick smothered. That was Lewis's kick, but eventually finds its way inside forward 50. Pack of players leading towards that one, and there has been a free kick picked out of that contest. And it looks like it will be Jaden Walker with the shot on goal for the Creekers.
Kicking it into his teammate's back almost worked out well for Diamond Creek. Set up a player, just over hit Robbie Noble. Got on the end of it, broke a nice tackle. Quickly got it inside 50, and this is what happens when you put the ball inside 50 really quickly. You put the defence under pressure, silly free kicks creep in. I think this is the way forward for Diamond Creek if they're going to get their way back in the game. They just got to be really quick with it.
So Walker on a 45-degree angle. He'll have no trouble with the distance whatsoever. Sends this one on its way. It is long, it is straight, and it has gone through. So another opportunity for Diamond Creek, which they have taken. And it is Jaden Walker with his first of this grand final. Joins McPherson and Booth as Diamond Creek's goal kickers in this match, but they still trail 3-6-24. Eltham 6-10-46, 24 minutes played, third term.
It needs to start something, you feel like now. It's great to get 2 consecutive goals, no doubt about it. The first time it's happened all afternoon for them, but unless they can build any momentum off this in the last 5 or so minutes of the third quarter, it's going to mean nothing, because Eltham will have that slight wind advantage heading into that final term with a healthy lead intact. Back in the middle, Goodwin. Won't get there. McPherson trying his best to clear it. Ball spilled away. Minahan will win the clearance instead. Bouncing ball. Who will it work for? Maley grabs it. Immediately set upon. Still got the handball away. Looking for Donaldson. Has no support and is just happy. No! Free kick. It's going against Bedford. Donaldson wins the push in the back. Free kick. And this would be a huge blow for Diamond Creek's chances if Donaldson is able to go back and slot this goal. He was, as you see in the replay there.
Yeah, just the second tackler coming in was Bedford, just got him in the back, and now Donaldson lining up.
Veteran, so many clubs. This would be an important goal for his Eltham side. Is it going to come back? It's not. Behind number 11 for the Panthers. 6-11 now, 47. Diamond Creek 3-6-24. We are 25 and a quarter minutes into the third term of this grand final at Preston City Oval. Eltham still with the comfortable advantage as the Creekers clear it away, and ball's going to go out of bounds. Is there any positional moves or maybe a different tactic that you feel like the Creekers can do, Zach, to try and change this game and the fortunes that it's moving towards?
I wouldn't really say there's positional moves because it seems as though they've got the players in the right spots of the ground that they need them. They need all their best mids in the midfield now for the rest of the game, but it's more just a mental battle. They just got to be better than Eltham in the contest now and almost grind their way to a victory.
As Donaldson gets the kick out of that stoppage, McPherson is taken over the boundary line. I would have liked to see, we saw how well that long kick out of defence worked for Diamond Creek late in that first quarter. Searle opting to go to the wing on this occasion, but just bomb it to the centre square and see if you can get another goal like they did in the first quarter.
There we go.
Searle just goes with a massive bomb, but standing under it on his own this time is Josh Merkel. So he's going to rebound for this Eltham side, goes to the grandstand side of Preston City Oval and does find a teammate in Fraser. He'll send it long inside 50, does hold up in the wing and flies out to the right, but a strong mark is taken right on the paint of 50 metres. And it will be Jameson Wood with the ball. Man on the mark is standing on the 50-metre arc, so he's going to struggle kicking into the wind. And we'll just send it to the hot spot for the Panthers on this occasion. Oof. Standing under it was Goodwin, just dropped the mark he probably should have taken and might have dragged it in. Umpire does give him the benefit of the doubt and will be a ball up right at the tip of the goal square. We just see the replay now. Goodwin, the only one that flew for it, just slipped out of his hands. Now he's going to get the tap down. Go in for the second effort. McPherson's in there. So is Avramov. Avramov takes possession but is wrapped up by two Diamond Creek defenders. So another chance for the Panthers. Maley doing the ruck contest, but Searle's going to break onto this one and get a kick out of defence. Marshall's there. Sinclair flying in from the side. Takes the strong mark. Culligan holding his hand after that marking contest. So might have to come off the ground as Eltham move the ball across the ground. Merkel finds a teammate on the outer side in Ayres. We'll go further up the ground in the Horsefield direction. Can't take clean possession. The Diamond Creek defenders do well to just wrap this one up and not let it go any further forward. And umpire will call for the ball right in front of the Cramers Hotel sign.
Not much happening in this term. That will suit Eltham just fine. They've trailed in the quarter 2-1. They still lead by 23 points. The Creekers will see that one out of bounds for a boundary throw. We're in the right half of the field if you're an Eltham fan listening or watching. And with the wind in their sails in the final term, it could just be one more quarter required. And a similar pace of the game, that could see him finish as premiers. Goodwin, excellent again all afternoon. He's tapped though, not going anywhere. Diamond Creek will receive the football, and that is 3-quarter time in the MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final. And Eltham still in the best possible position to come away with this premiership. They lost a quarter 2-1, but they still lead this game by 23 points, 6-11-47. Diamond Creek 3-6-24. And Jared, you feel like we're going to need an almighty rev up from Andrew Tranquilli in that last term if there are any chance of coming back and producing an outstanding victory.
Yeah, it is going to take an almighty effort from Diamond Creek, but we have seen some strange things happen in the Division 2 Grand Finals in years gone by. Granted, that 2018 Grand Final was in slightly worse conditions than what we do see today, but it's going to take a lot for Diamond Creek to get back this margin, especially kicking into the wind in this final term. So Eltham will just look to put it away early and see if they can just soak up the moment and celebrate as we go through this final quarter.
So let's get through our 3/4 time break then. Eltham 6:11:47. They lead Diamond Creek at 3/4 time, who are 3-6-24. Hope you're enjoying the coverage live on our NFNL Facebook page, courtesy of Sportscast Australia. And we hope you're enjoying the coverage listening on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.
Streaming live
Done.
all day,
Done
every
and dusted.
day at PV.
Yeah,
Forget about it.
Goodwin best on.
Yep. It is over now.
Common thief is lazy and opportunistic.
What? I said Eltham were going to win from the
There are
start.
simple
G'day.
things you can do
I'm alright, how are you?
to
Yeah.
prevent being a victim of crime. Visit
Sorry? Oh, Finbar's got 4.
www.oursafeismyplace.com